Hey guys, welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I actually did the level ups because I think most of the levels there weren't really any major choices or no major choices that were dependent on Mythic rank 4, so I picked up Weapon Focus Bardiche for Ninio. Camellia didn't really have any choices. And I think it was the same here for land, just some spells. Same with Social, no real choices to make. Same with Sealer and then Stooge as well, no real choices, so it's just spells. And we did get level 7 for Phantasmal Killer, and I got Legendary Proportions, which is one we can scribe as well. And yeah, just took Greater Restoration because I probably want that. We'll use Diamond. Well, we've got plenty of Diamond Dust, so that's alright. And then yeah, I just filled out the spells a little bit, and that was basically it. So let's head out. Make sure we are hidden, and let's go up on the top side first. There's a dagger.
Godspeed.
And I guess we could probably buff up.
Yet another obstacle.
And let's fall back with Camellia, Nenio. Let's try and get Nenio out of there. Good. Don't want Nenio all the way in there. And lots of daggers, so we need 21 of them.
I was never good at stealth, but I'll try.
Got 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Okay, fair enough. Let's go up to the top then.
Together, we stand.
Okay, let's just all charge in.
The goddess protects us. Do not hold back. Strike as one.
You are beyond redemption!
Let us press on.
Okay, I don't remember if it's because I came to this section at a lower level, but these fights seem a little bit easier than I remember. I assume it's because I'm level 14 now. And this looks like it's done. Ascend to the foot. Okay, that's alright then.
I was never good at stealth, but I'll try.
Okay, nothing over there. Maybe we'll continue over this side, just so that we know we won't get ambushed.
I swear it.
Or at least not exactly ambushed. Okay, let's do a storm of justice. Okay, that was pretty good. And I guess this is the sword that guy wanted. Regnard is breathing heavily and his face is red with exertion. He's holding a two-handed sword, but the weapon is obviously too heavy for him. The tip of the sword wavers as he holds the blade in his trembling hands. Wait, I have to kill him myself. Regnard takes up a fighting stance, but he has clearly had no training. He shifts his weight uncertainly and his knees are shaking. So you're responsible for this? Well, I had a hunch that he might rise again. Usually after death, the undead simply decompose, but I was told this corpse was just lying there like nothing happened, so I decided to try and fight him. I followed you and, well, here I am. Stay back, it's too dangerous. Ragnar lowers his sword. He looks bitterly disappointed. You sound like our guards. Fine, whatever you say.
No time for debates.
Begone, fiend!
That's annoying that she just gets charged like that.
Contemplate on your mistakes.
Now, what am I missing?
Oh, she's done apparently. That's annoying. Okay, what are our options? Might just have to do a resurrection, unfortunately. But I guess we can do that after this fight is done. And we're gonna have to buy some diamonds, I think.
I will guide us.
Great sword. Raider Frost, and it's +1. Fair enough. We have to give it to that guy anyway, so that's fine. Losing Nenio is not ideal, but it is what it is.
It's just not
Oh,
my lucky.
we failed the check. Alright, fair enough.
I will not falter.
Okay, let's not get too close just yet. Alright, we found another dagger, which is nice. We gotta hope we make the requisite perception checks to find these actual daggers, so hopefully we don't miss any, because it's going to be a pain to figure out which one we actually missed if we do. Where did that skeleton go? Perception check succeeded. Oh, okay, it's right underneath. Fair enough. Oh, these guys are right here. Alright.
To battle, my friends!
Didn't even see him there. Getting a good amount of cash from here. More than I remember, so that's always nice. So there's more loot and more loot up there, okay. I missed some loot down here, apparently. Okay, that's good. Found another dagger, which is nice. And I guess we come up this way. Oh, I accidentally had mass cure critical wounds. Whoops, that was a mistake. Okay. Perfect. Should get more daggers. Yep. More cash too, which is always nice. The shape of the stone resembles a tall, thin tree, and its surface feels like the texture of tree bark. Okay. A tombstone engraved with the following epitaph: Kater, a Sarkorian ranger. He walked many paths, but the last one led him to Pharasma's boneyard. Okay, let's see. Ask Kater about the mysterious grave. Okay. We should return to Regnard. Okay, we need to find the Shrine of Pulura.
Let us press on.
Okay.
Can't hide from me.
Ooh, alright. Ancient Sarkorian White. Let's take it out. And we found more loot. Old doll, okay. Talk to Odin. Fair enough.
We march ahead.
The note found at the Shrine of Gorham, okay. The truth about Ranhild is in the commander's hands. Whether or not Odin learns of the tragic events, he's still expecting some sort of answer. Fair enough. That's a bummer. How many daggers do we have? We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 18. Okay. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, 17. Alright. So we need to find 4 more. The question is... Well, we have another fight, apparently. Oh, up there. Alright.
No glory without risk!
Your pain is my pleasure.
This is not good. Can I get out of there? Yes.
Your performance is lacking. You are lacking.
No mercy for the wicked.
Hopefully we are okay with this. Looks like we're okay now. Looked a bit dicey for a second there,
Is this a mock fight?
but we got through it. Okay, so that there should be that one more dagger here. Okay, there's another dagger. Alright, so we should be at like 19 now. Yep, so 16, 19, so we need to find 2 more. Question is, are they outside here or are they inside the actual Pulura's fall place? Ooh, went up to the top already. This is all fine. I think we should be okay. Let's head back in.
I will guide us.
Okay, Untamed Spirit. We need to return to Regnard. Talk to Kater. Alright. I vaguely remember something happening here. So let's save it. And get stuck into this. No, not here. Alright, never mind. Maybe I need to progress the quests a bit first. The tablecloth needs mending. Oh, it's you again. I found Ranhild's doll. Your family tried to make it to Pulura's temple, but... For a while, Odin is silent. He stares down at his hands. But why? His voice is dull and lifeless. Why did they come here? They were so close, and we were hiding behind the walls the whole time, not even daring to breathe. We didn't help them. Odin looks up, his face deadly calm. Well, that settles it. If I had been where I was supposed to be with my family, I would be lying in a grave now. I should not be alive. No, Odin. You survived for a reason. You need to live. Your knowledge of the stars will help us close the wound. Your family will be avenged, and so will Sarkoris, but only if we stay alive. Only if we fight. Don't leave us, Odin. Keep on fighting. A sudden resolve fills Odin's eyes, and he squares his shoulders. You're right. If not us, then who? Who will show these monsters they can't get away with attacking our families, our children? I will do everything in my power as a stargazer to help you, but first I'll get the bottle of wine I've been hiding away for a special occasion, and call everyone together to mark a day of remembrance. We've gazed at the stars for so long, afraid to look back at those we've left behind. We have started to forget why we are fighting. I've made a decision. On the day of remembrance, we will drink and reminisce about all we've been through. We'll cry and we'll laugh, because after everything, we're still alive, right? Yes, we're alive and we will fight. Thank you, Commander. Make sure you don't forget the people you're fighting for. Very nice. Has your road of adventures brought you back to me? Here's the sword you asked me to bring you. Regnard doesn't even look at the sword. He stares off dully into the distance. It's just a thing, another toy. These swords will never see battle. They are as useless as I am. You know what? I don't really care about the sword or about the history of Sarkoris. It's gone. It was razed to the ground. The dead chieftains has risen up to fight against their own people. The stargazers who once advised them are now holed up in caves like rats, afraid to set foot outside. I want to fight. No one's ever taught me, but I'm a Kellid, and every Kellid is a warrior. The guards refused to let me outside. I had hoped that I could go out with you and fight the enemy, but after watching you in battle, I realized I wouldn't stand a chance. I'm not a real warrior. Looks like I'll be slaving over constellation charts forever. The Stargazer gives a mirthless chuckle. Thank you for talking me out of fighting. The walking undead would tear me apart in no time. You could ask Kater to let you join the guard. You don't think I've asked? I'm under strict orders not to put myself in danger. Eliandra says I'm one of the most gifted stargazers and my talent is needed here. And Kater. Regnard snorts contemptuously. He always says I'm too young, and that's just it, the curse of this place. We don't get old, we don't get sick, and we don't change. It's always the same conversations and jokes, the same arguments, the same food, and the same schedule. Those who arrived here when they were old are still old, and those who came here when they were young are still young. A card can't become a stargazer, even if he studied hard and showed tremendous talent. Likewise, a stargazer can't become a guard, no matter how much he wants to wield a weapon. Everything must remain as it was on the first day of our imprisonment, and that's the way things are. Everything is always the same. Regnard shakes his head sadly. Our bodies are healthy, but our souls are dying. My soul is dying. Training at night is the only thing that keeps me going. I've been trying to master the techniques used by the guards when they fight, but I'm not very good. Not that anything will come of it, of course. It's all useless. Nothing ever changes in this damn place. I will speak with Kater. I don't think he will be indifferent to your suffering. There is no point. Kater is just like the rest of us. He doesn't change. Why do you have so many weapons? I collect ancient Sarkorian artifacts and study their history. We all find ways to escape the monotony of life in this temple. If we didn't, I think we'd lose our minds. Anyway, this is what I do. Thanks to Kabriri's cultists, there's plenty of material for me to study, though it's somewhat lacking in variety. Tell me about the atrocities committed by Kabriri's cultists. You must have seen them. When the demons realized that the inhabitants of Iz were fleeing down the river, cultists of Kabriri, Lord of Ghouls, disturbed the slumber of the noble chieftains who were sent to their rest in the lake near the temple. The chieftains sailed on ornate barges to Pulura's temple and then were sent on to the waterfall. The waterfall is all dried up now, of course, but at the time it was part of the ritual ceremony. When they went on their final journey, the chieftains were dressed in their best armor and their most prized weapons were placed at their side. They were also given a ritual dagger with an epitaph on its hilt. According to the legends, the great chieftains were just sleeping, and they would awaken whenever Sarkoris was threatened. The legends were true in a manner of speaking. They woke up and thanks to the demons they destroyed everyone who stood in their way. They still can't rest in peace, although the cultists have long since abandoned these lands. Luckily, the undead kill demons too, so in some strange way, I suppose our ancestors are protecting us. Fair enough.
Godspeed.
Let's come into here. What is the stone tree? No, I've already seen all of that stuff. Okay. Let's go talk to Kater, unless there are daggers around here somewhere that I missed. Doesn't look like it. I do need to find them, I suppose. Someone help me find your grave. Why do you have a grave? Why do you visit that place? Kater chuckles bitterly. I see there's nothing that doesn't interest you, Knight Commander. That grave, the existence of the Temple Enclave and the work we were doing had to remain a secret. And by secret, I mean secret. We couldn't even let our families know that we were safe, but I was sure my Imris would try to find me. The two of us were newlyweds and we had barely said our vows before the wound opened. There is a sad light in Kater's eyes, and his stern face softens. I knew we would be stuck here for a long time, maybe even for life. I wanted to fulfill my duty and protect the temple, but I also wanted my wife to survive. And to do that, she would have to move on, so I built a fake grave for myself in the first place I knew she would look. I know that everything happened the way I planned. She found the grave and saw for herself that I had perished. She thought my comrades had buried me and she mourned my death, but she found the strength to go to Mendev. I do not know what happened to her after that, but I hope she found happiness. It's been a lifetime since then. As for why I still go there, it's where Imris and I got married. I've never felt more joy than I did on that day in that place. But it is also the place where I felt the most misery, the place where I carved my name on a tombstone and said goodbye to the past. So I go there to remember, that is all. I want to discuss Regnard the Stargazer. Whenever I hear the name Regnard, I expect another tearful plea to let him enlist. Is that why you are here? Why don't you want to give him a chance? Because I was young once and lived on dreams, Kater chuckles grimly, but there is a wistful look in his eyes. And also because a talented stargazer is more useful to us than a fighter. After all, we are here at Pulura's Fall to gain knowledge from the stars. That's the primary goal of our work. Regnard is suffering. He has the soul of a warrior, and he will waste away if he cannot follow the path his heart desires. Kater hesitates. Though he tries to remain stern, you get the feeling it's mostly for show. I agree, he says at last, to give the boy a chance. He may join as a new recruit and begin his training. Eliandra will probably not be happy that I've allowed one of her stargazers to be distracted from stargazing, but she's too soft to object. It is settled then. I won't let Regnard leave these walls until he proves himself ready. The call of one's heart is a serious matter, but such calls often fade after daily drills and a few painful blisters. Fair enough. Okay. Odin has been sorted. We need to talk to Regnard again. And talk to Teriel now. Alright. I have discovered Kater's secret. He followed the rules just like everyone else and severed all ties with his family. He did everything he could to make Imris think he was dead. He even went so far as to dig his own grave by the stone tree. Teriel stares at you in stunned silence. Finally he manages to speak. Kater, always with such wild ideas. Even when he was young, he could never do anything by halves, Teriel sighs. I probably judge others by what is in my own heart. If I could send a message to my family, if I could see them again, I wouldn't give a damn about the temple's rules. I begged Kater to let me go outside with him so I could see my wife and children, at least secretly. I begged him. I was so angry I reminded him that if I hadn't introduced him to Imris at the Midsummer Fest, he wouldn't even be married. I was selfish. The pain of thinking I would never see my family again nearly drove me out of my mind, and all the while I was tormenting my best friend, trying to make him feel guilty for depriving me of happiness. When I found out that he had been going to the stone tree, I immediately imagined him going to see Imris the way I dreamed of seeing my own wife. I've hated him for 70 years. The whole time I pretended he didn't exist. I lost my family and then I lost my friend. I've doomed myself to bitter loneliness. Kater, I must go to him immediately and ask for his forgiveness. Thank you, Commander. You have given my friend back to me. May Pulura keep you safe. Now, where did I put my quill? Ooh, another dagger. There we are. I spoke with Kater. He's ready to take you on as a new recruit. Really? But how did you convince him? Wait, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Regnard can barely contain his excitement. Alright, I have to focus. I can't let you and Kater down. I will start training immediately. Thank you. You've given me a second chance at life and I'll never forget it. Okay, so we have basically all of this stuff is done. Now we just need I think one more dagger? Yeah, 8, 16, 20, so we need one more. I'm hoping it's inside here somewhere. At least that's what I'm hoping.
We march ahead.
And then I guess we can also try and do the puzzle.
Our path leads on.
Is it in here?
I will guide us.
Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Also don't think it's here.
Godspeed.
Is it out here? No. The guard stands at attention when he sees you, but his eyes glow with excitement. Whoa, I didn't think I would ever see a new face around here. Well, at least not one that isn't bearing its fangs or decomposing. Forgive my bluntness. Everyone's happy you're here, of course, but I'm especially glad to see you. Sorry, I'm just talking nonsense now. I tend to start blabbering when I get nervous. You're especially happy to see me? What does that mean? The guard looks around quickly to make sure no one is listening. I would never have thought I'd say this, but there's an important matter that can only be entrusted to a stranger. I think there's a traitor among us, someone who is trying to bring the demons here. I found a strange letter hidden in a cave, and I think we need to find out who left it there and why. Why haven't you told Eliandra or Kater about the letter? Just imagine what will happen if Eliandra announces there's a traitor among us. Even if it turns out I'm wrong, the damage will already be done. If we stop trusting one another, we won't stand a chance. We might as well leave the temple and let the demons finish us off. No, we need to get to the bottom of this, but it must be done quietly. What was in the letter you found? That's the problem. I don't know. I think it's some kind of code. It looks like a constellation chart, but who hides a constellation chart in a cave? No, something's wrong here. Alright, I'll help. What do you need me to do? Here's the plan. You'll go to the caves and hide behind a large stone covered in runes. Watch to see who comes to pick up the letter. I left it there as bait, and I made sure to leave everything else untouched. No one has come for it yet, but when you find out who has betrayed us, come and tell me. Why not set it up yourself? I wouldn't be able to do anything without people noticing. Whoever left the note knows when I'm here in the corridors and when I'm off duty. If I suddenly disappear, the traitor will definitely suspect something. No, for this we need an outsider, someone who can move around more freely. We need you. How does it feel to guard the same place for so many years? To tell the truth, I don't even notice the years as they pass. I just get up every day and do my job. Of course, I could go visit the scholars, look at the calendar and be horrified, but what would be the point? Even before the demons showed up, I made a vow to defend this temple. That vow is all I have left, really. The Sarkoris that I knew is gone, so there's no use dwelling on the past. Okay, so I guess this is the quest. Cryptic message, alright. A dark figure stealthily approaches the drop location. In the dim light, you can see it's a middle-aged man. He looks around furtively as he reaches for the letter. Looking for something? The man jumps like a startled rabbit. He looks terrified. Are you the commander from Jezen? I was just taking a walk. My name is Vestari. Pleased to meet you. Why are you mumbling? Tell me the truth, or I'll shake it out of you. Alright, you don't live in the temple, so there's no need to hide anything from you. I'm breaking the law, but I haven't betrayed anyone. It's quite the opposite, actually. You should come with me and ask Christy about the meaning of the note. Christy always says she doesn't want to hide anymore, so maybe talking to you will help ease her conscience. Okay, now we have to go talk to Christy. Christy greets you anxiously as if expecting the worst. Are you the commander from Dresden? Although I don't know why I asked, it's not like you could be anyone else. Listen, Christy, the commander, I don't think the commander wishes us harm. If you want to ease your conscience, tell him everything. Vestari said you want to confess something to Eliandra? Yes, I want to confess to Eliandra and our entire community that Vestari and I love each other. We've loved each other for so long we're practically an old married couple. Eliandra is against romantic unions because she thinks tempestuous passions will cause division in our community. But she doesn't understand the nature of love. You can discipline the flesh, but you can't restrain the soul. Not that Eliandra would believe us, but Vestari and I really did try to resist our feelings. We made a vow to stay away from one another, to never break the rules. Christy sighs. But the bond between us proved stronger than our resolve. Perhaps it's the will of the stars, and despite everything that's happened, we are simply two halves that are meant to be one whole. If Sarkoris hadn't fallen, we'd have lived happily and freely. We wouldn't have to hide, and we wouldn't have to exchange stupid notes. These notes aren't stupid. Do you really want us to be torn apart, forbidden from seeing one another? Eliandra is a kind and wise leader. I will persuade her not to stand in the way of your love. Christy looks at you doubtfully. I've known her longer than you. Of course, Eliandra is kind, but she's also very stubborn. Once she has made a decision, there is no point trying to change her mind. She and Kater are much alike in that regard, except he always does what's right, and she always does what her heart tells her. And of course, her heart has told her that love should be forbidden, supposedly for the sake of peace in the community. These stupid rules haven't helped anyone to find peace. Fair enough. Alright, let's save it here. Okay, I think we need to go outside. I took a look at the list of all the daggers, and the one we're missing, I think, is outside. And we need to go somewhere over here, I guess.
We march ahead.
Okay, I missed this one. Alright, I think I have them all now. Let's head back inside and turn it in. Okay, let's go to Nidalav.
Leads on.
The corrupted chieftains have found peace. Here are their daggers. The priestess accepts the ritual with weapons with awe. Thank you. Now that their bodies have been spared from the curse of undeath, we can pray for the well-being of their souls. I will prepare a ceremony to honor our chieftains after we fulfill the request made by you and the hand of the inheritor, of course. For now, please accept this gift as a sign of my gratitude. Holy Dagger plus 3, 23k experience, okay. We are at, okay, not bad. Alright, let's go talk to Eliandra. Save it first. I want to talk to you about the Stargazers, Vestari and Christie. Vestari and Christie, my dear rebels, you must think I am harsh for enforcing such strict rules here in the temple, but such measures are necessary when you live through decades of isolation in such a small community, shut off from the rest of the world. Love and all the jealousy, discord, quarrels, and breakups that go along with it could result in genuine disaster. Vestari and Christie are the living embodiment of such a disaster. I love them with all my heart, like they are my own children. However, before the temple was hidden 100 years ago, they could have 5 quarrels and 6 reconciliations, all between one moonrise and the next. At other times, they would go a month without talking to one another. That created quite a problem since stargazers are supposed to share their observations and research. This carried on for years until after a particularly public fracas, I decided to forbid all romantic relationships in the temple. It was an impulsive decision, I admit, but it was not made without reason. I was trying to maintain peace in our community, and I was also concerned for the feelings of others. Many of those you see here, Odin, Tairiel, and even Kater himself, parted with their families for the sake of our mission. It is unfair for them to be the only ones so painfully deprived, so that is why love and relationships are now forbidden in the community. And as you can see, the rules are largely the result of Vestari and Christie's own actions. You've lived here for many years, you've become a family. Does a family reward love with punishment? Vestari and Christie have loved each other for a long time. It's not just a sudden whim. They deserve your acceptance. Eliandra is silent for a long time. I'm afraid this decision will be the most difficult for Odin, Tairiel, and the others who have lost their families. It may also cause chaos in the future, but perhaps you are right. We should not try to thwart the desires of the heart. I will inform the community about the changes to the rules. Okay. I told Eliandra about everything. She won't stand in your way. Eliandra agreed to change the rules for us? That doesn't sound like her, but I guess we have all changed over the years. Thank you. We will never forget the kindness you and the High Priestess have shown us. The defiance fades from Christie's eyes. I don't know how you convinced her, but I think you've worked a miracle. I guess Eliandra really does care about us. I admit I was wrong, thank you. Aren't you afraid of being seen together? I guess this is a moot question now. I thought if the truth came out, I'd die of terror, but for some reason, I feel braver than ever. Christie looks at him tenderly. We are meant for one another. Our destiny has been written in the stars, and they are never wrong. Fair enough. Okay, let's go chat with the dude. The guard gives you a nod. It's like you brought the spirit of victory with you, Commander of Dresden. I hope we don't have to wait much longer. There's been no betrayal. This was all just a misunderstanding. The guard looks relieved. There wasn't? Ooh, that's a load off my mind. Over the years, we've become a family here. If there were truly was a traitor in the temple, well, it would change our lives forever. Thank you for the good news. Okay, it's time to return to Eliandra. Although, not just yet.
I will guide us.
Okay, yep. We've done all the quests. That's all fine. So now the only thing we need to do is solve this puzzle. And I think we'll do that in the next episode. We got quite a bit done. And solving this puzzle actually gives us some really nice loot and gear and items, I think, from memory. So we definitely want to do that. But yeah, we got a good amount done in this episode. We basically did all the side quests here, and the only thing left to do is this puzzle, and then initiate the ritual with Eliandra. So that's what we'll get up to in the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching this one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one.